So last year at Comic-Con, I was at the Hasbro panel, and that's when they like reveal like, you know, some of the figures that they're going to be making this year, just to kind of give themselves props and pat on the backs, and everybody can ooh and ah and be like, oh my God, it was amazing. So they did that. And then after they do that, you go run over to this microphone and you get to ask them a question. Most of those questions are, when are you going to put double jointed elbows on female figures, which, God, I hope they never do that, because I hate that on my female figures. So I run my nerdy ass over there along with 30 other nerds. Shart was right behind me, and so it was good to not be alone up there. And then, but wait, we have one more reveal, and I'm like standing at the microphone, and it's already awkward and a little bit embarrassing, because like when you're at that microphone, that is like when you're full-blown admitting your nerdism. So I'm standing at the mic, and they're like, oh, we have one more reveal. And then they reveal Gambit, and I'm like, man, I already got a pretty good Gambit. But when they revealed Gambit, it was like they just announced the recoming of Christ. Like, the nerds just blew up. Like, oh my God, like everybody was so excited that they didn't have to go on eBay and buy one. And now they can just go to Target and buy one for $20. And I was like, I kind of like the one that I have. But this new one is pretty good. Let's check it out. Alright, so here they are all opened up. You can check the scale on them for comparisons. I went ahead and pulled out the original Gambit, which I absolutely love that toy. It has a cloth trench coat. I mean, they did a great job on that. We'll take a closer look at him. We also have Multiple Man, because Multiple Man is very similar. The costume, it's the same jacket. So I went ahead and pulled him out, and then we have Rogue. Let's do some comparisons real quick. First off, we'll get this Multiple Man out of the way. You can see that the jacket is exactly the same, a slightly different brown, so that's obviously where that came from, which is cool. I mean, they probably had this Gambit in mind when they did this, so they always think of how can we reuse stuff. Then we have the original Gambit, which I absolutely love this figure. If you want to look at this, like this accessory that he comes with, he actually painted the cards. Still has clear pink plastic. They did a little white like light spray on there. And then you have this, like the new stuff. It's basically just clear plastic. It would have been awesome if they could have painted a card on there. They didn't. They got a little cheap. And then he also has an alternate hand where he has, like, where he's throwing the cards. It's like they do a good job, and it's just a little bit more, and it would have been just totally amazing. Like, they fall just a little bit short every time. Like, if you could do something like this 10, 15 years ago, why can't you do it now? If you would have put like a little ace on there, God, that would have made this so much cooler. As far as the rest of the figure goes, if you look at the head sculpts, the old one is actually, it's pretty good. You know, like, it's actually really good. I'm digging it for sure. And then the new one, it's got that crazy hair, which I like that. The ears come out. Definitely pretty cool. The collar on this thing, they both come with the staff. This staff is all bent and warped. It's basically the same as the new one, except for the new one's straight for now. And this one, God, good luck keeping stuff like this straight. And if you look at the rest of the figure, the comparisons, the boots are both sculpted on. I like the old one. Like, I don't really feel like this figure needed an update. Like, is this one better? Yeah, it's a little bit better. Of course it is. It's also like 10, 15 years newer, but I thought that this one was cool. It's nice to have old stuff in your collection. Like, I don't want everything in my collection to be just like the new Hasbro Marvel Legends. Like, it's cool to have like some Toy Biz stuff in there. It separates you and, I don't know, a million other new collectors, which is nice. Like, don't be afraid to go on eBay and pick something up. So enough about this old guy. I really do like that soft goods trench coat. Let's check out the new guy. And I think they absolutely killed it on this toy. First off, the head sculpt with the little scruff on there, definitely cool. That collar piece, they actually like put some scratches or whatever you want to call that in there. That's sculpted on. The rest of the torso is cool. The belt is sculpted on, and here's where they really, really killed it. I can't even believe they did this. All these little pink squares are sculpted on. So when you run your thumbnail across these, you can actually feel that they're sculpted on. And they didn't stop there. This is the absolute spot where they killed it. You see that little pin there, which I'm not a big fan of the pins. I think they could eliminate them. They actually did it pink. Why can't they do that on Spider-Man? That looks so good. And then the one down here is blue. It blends right in. And then, not to give him too much props, when you look on the inside of the leg, it's pink. God, it's, once again, they could have killed it. They almost killed it. They couldn't put just a little black paint on there. Yeah, of course I could do it, but I shouldn't have to do it. I mean, I spent 20 bucks on this action figure. You would think that they would want to do it. Like, they'd want their product to be cool, paint that thing black. I mean, it's on the inside of the leg. You can't really see it, but it's a little frustrating, but I absolutely love this action figure. The boots are really cool, sculpted on with all these lines. It does have the cut here, which I don't particularly like, because just that articulation just looks really weird. Has a thigh cut. All the other articulation is stuff that you've already seen before. The head looks like it might be limited. It actually moves around there pretty good. Let's go ahead and change this hand out. The card just slides right in between the fingers. Actually stays in there pretty good. So I definitely like that. If I can get this thing off of here. Put this hand on. Which, here's what's weird. It's like, I really love this accessory and I want to display this. But then I really love this. And you can't display both because then you don't have a place to put the staff. So it's kind of either this one or this one. But I like this one a little bit better. And then I went ahead and pulled out Rogue too, so you can see these two side by side. They actually look really good together. She looks really good. God, they do know how to build an ass on these figures. I tell you what, that looks amazing. So here they are together. I guess that's my review. That's my Gambit collection. Let's get to the next one, and thanks for watching.